How's it going, everyone? So welcome to Double Pebble. So today we'll be doing a very special, a different kind of review. So we will be comparing 10 World Cup Miroslav Klose against his 06 World Cup counterpart. Alright, so this is a highly requested video. A lot of you have asked me to make this comparison, and to be honest, I myself is very curious to find out how different are they, because before I used the World Best team, Klose was one of the strikers that I thought about getting, and I asked myself this question, whether to get the 06 World Cup version or the 10 World Cup version. So today we are gonna find out who is worth more. Alright, so let's take a look at his stats first. In fact, I'm gonna be comparing both of them, so the 06 World Cup and the 10 World Cup version of Miroslav Klose. There's a few key differences which I would like to point out. The first thing, the most obvious one, is the difference in agility, and I'm sure the reason why all of you want this comparison is because you want to find out how this difference in agility affects them, right? So the 06 World Cup version has a agility of only 57. He's really stiff according to the stats. Alright, now the 10 World Cup version has more respectable agility, not very high, not fantastic by any stretch of the imagination, but at least it's 79, respectable. Alright, so that is the first big difference. The second big difference is their acceleration. Okay, the 10 World Cup version of Klose has 87 acceleration, whereas the 06 World Cup version only has 82. Now, the acceleration is very important for strikers because they need to get away from their defenders within a very short distance, and the agility will allow them to do so, right? And then the third big difference is the balance. Okay, I've said during the Torres review that balance is very important for the strikers. They need to be able to take damage and not fall down. And the 06 World Cup version of Klose only has 79, then the 10 World Cup version has 10 more, okay, 89. So these are the three main difference between these two Kloses, and obviously their headings are ridiculous. The 10 World Cup has the highest heading rating in the whole game, 97, while the 06 World Cup version has 95, which is still very good, to be honest. And the volley positioning and reaction, 06 World Cup has higher volley positioning and reaction, but I'm not sure whether those are really critical stats. Okay, I don't think that is so good, that is so important. Next, let's talk about, basically when we analyze the stats, that is about it. Finishing is about the same, the rest are all about the same. Now price wise, right, the 06 World Cup version is about 98 million now, whereas the 10 World Cup version is about 130, so that is about 30 million more expensive. So in terms of the traits, right, they are about the same. Okay, I believe the 06 World Cup has one less. We'll take a look later. So the 10 World Cup version is a Goalmaster finisher, is a tanker, area control obviously, is a power header, so we know, and it's a dribble master as well. And then the 06 World Cup has one less, 6 I think. Yeah, he's not an acrobatic, which is perfectly understandable because of his low agility. Alright, so that is the analysis of the stats, and let's now go into our in-game analysis and see whether how is their performance in-game. Alright, let's go. Okay, now so in terms of in-game performance, right, I'll talk about the similarities and the differences in their strength and weaknesses. Alright, so the strength is obviously their heading. Okay, both Kloses have insane heading, and when we talk about bullet header, right, his is really a real missile header, because sometimes when you when you cross the ball in, there's not a lot of power in the cross. He still can somehow manage to generate his own power from his neck, from his I don't know where, and the headers is super strong. And I would say that as long as he can get his head on the ball and really connect with the header, most of the time it will be a goal, unless the goalkeeper is having one of those days where he's saving everything. But his heading is really as good as a guarantee to a goal. Okay, Now, in terms of difference, there's really a lot now. First thing is this agility. The 06 World Cup version of Klose really has very low agility, and that makes him kind of cumbersome to use. And it is actually quite lucky that he's not very tall in this sense, because if he has been any taller, I really think he's unusable. But he's still usable currently. But it kind of makes dribbling a little bit difficult with him, because obviously he can't twist and turn, and that makes him a kind of like a poacher instead of a creator, in a sense that he cannot seem to fashion out his own chances. He is the type of striker that is more reliant on supplies from your wingers or midfielders to finish them, okay? On the other hand, the 10 World Cup version has a decent agility, so as you can see in some of my highlights, he is able to dribble here and there, twist and turn, and makes his own chances. That kind of makes him a more all-rounded striker, okay? And the next key difference is the acceleration. So I've said many times, acceleration is really important for a striker, and 10 World Cup version excels in this aspect. He is able to get away from defenders much easier as compared to 10 World Cup. 06 World Cup, sorry. The 06 World Cup version, because of his lower acceleration plus his lower agility, just makes him seem so heavy, you know, get what I mean? I always use that term, inertia. He seems to have a higher inertia, more reluctant to move. That's basically the definition. So the next thing is the balance. So the 06 World Cup version of Klose really falls down quite a lot as compared to the 10 World Cup one, and it is always important to have high balance as a striker, because you know you want to take damage, take a tackle from the defender, and still stay on your feet to continue your attack, and that is so important, and this is something that 06 World Cup Klose falls short as well. So all these 3 points really makes 06 World Cup pretty unusable. I would say I lost quite a few games with 06 World Cup Klose in my lineup, because my attack just doesn't seem to flow as smoothly as when I'm using the 10 World Cup version, and I got taunted quite badly for that. Anyway, weakness wise, both of them are relatively short. I think there's no mistake about it. 182, 183 is still quite short as compared to your hulking defenders, your Hammers, your Boateng, your Mertesacker. He's not going to be winning a lot of contested headers against these sort of defenders, although he has very high jump. That is very obvious in the game when I saw the way he jumped. He does has a good leap on him, but like as the saying goes, there's nothing that can replace natural height, okay? Like I used to have this joke with my friend. He's vertically challenged, and then he likes to work out a lot. So I always used to tell him, you know, dude, you can have the biggest chest, you can have the biggest legs, you can have the biggest shoulder, but there's nothing you can do about your height. You can never ever train height. Yeah, and that is just fact, you know. Klose, although he has good jump, good heading, but if he's not getting his head to the ball, he's never going to be scoring a lot of goals with his head, okay? So that is actually a weakness. He would have been a perfect striker, or close to perfect, if he's like 189 or 187 at least. You get what I'm trying to say? Alright, and the next thing is his sprint. Now in this current climate, you know, 83 sprint is really not very high. In fact, most people have defenders faster than 83 sprint, where I've seen defenders with base 90, 85, 86, 87. 83 is really not very high, and that kind of makes him difficult to use when you are trying to hide through the ball. Like when there's a considerable distance between him and the goal and he's sprinting, there's a good chance that defenders might catch him. So that is a big weakness, alright? And then the last weakness is his work rate 2-1. Now there's actually slight difference between the 06 World Cup version and the 10 World Cup version. So the 06 World Cup version, I realized that he seemed to kind of like to hang around the edge of the box a lot. I don't know why. I've been spamming Q, but he seems to like to hang around on the edge of the box. But the 10 World Cup version has a little bit more urgency in getting to the box, which makes him more suitable as a striker, okay? So all in all, right, I would say that the 06 World Cup version is really pretty bad, I would say. Probably a 6 out of 10. I really don't know how to use him. He is really difficult to use. But on the other hand, the 10 World Cup version, although not the best, is probably an 8 out of 10, okay, an 8 out of 10 because of his higher speed in terms of acceleration, of course, and a higher balance and better positioning. I'm not sure why, but he seems to have more urgency to get the box, alright, and of course his agility as well. So with that, I would like to end this video. I hope you guys find this comparison helpful, and in terms of is he worth it, I would say the 10 World Cup version is probably worth it, just worth it, okay, at 130 million, while the 6 World Cup version is totally no, alright? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you really think it is helpful, and share this video if you think it's helpful for your friends, and I'll see you next time.